everyone, good evening and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining. My regular disclaimer that this is an adult only colouring channel and my videos are in no way intended for or aimed at children. First things first, I just need to... Okay, we're good. Okay, so in this video I am going to be participating in the Colouring Discoveries of 2020 tag. I am quite late in doing this, but I'm just trying to catch up on videos now and find things that I have been tagged in, because the last thing I would want is for anyone to think that they've tagged me and I've just not bothered. And I always have so much fun joining in with tags, so I was excited to finally get around to these videos. Okay, so the Colouring Discoveries of 2020 was created by the beautiful Emma Colours 2020. I will link Emma's channel down below. I did not make a note of who tagged me. Okay, I do apologise. I thought I made a note of who tagged me, but obviously I didn't. So if you're the person who tagged me, thank you so much. Okay, so let's just get stuck in because I have quite a lot to show you. So number one is, what are your 5 favourite new colouring supplies of 2020? So there are some things that I have received this year, like for my birthday, that I would love to include in this because they are some of my absolute favourite and most treasured supplies. But this is for 2020, so I'm just sort of counting supplies up until December 31st last year. Okay, so my 5 favourite new colouring supplies of 2020. First one is my beautiful set of the Staedtler Colour dual-ended fibre tip markers. I love these things. They are dual-ended, as they say. So you have the 2 tips. So you have a tip like this on one end, which is very much like a Crayola super tip. Hence why I love them so much, because if you've been with me for any stretch, you know how much I adore super tips. So that's that end. And then the other end, we have a really lovely fine nib. And these are great for your like your Belba family books, anything like that where you've got the 3mm square like colour by number books. They work great in those. And I also do use these finer ends for bullet journaling as well. They work beautifully. So there's that one, and these were sent to me as a gift and I absolutely love them. They are definitely one of my favourite supplies, and I think they are going to be a staple in my collection now. So once these start running down, I have got through quite a few, but as you can see I have plenty left. But once I start, you know, getting through some of these, I do plan on replacing them because they're so versatile and they work beautifully. I love them, especially in colour by number books, and anything that's double-sided. They work a dream, and they work really lovely as like a base layer, and then you can layer on top with pencils if you want to do that. So put a block of colour down and then do your shading on top. They work really well for that as well. So many uses, and just an absolutely fantastic supply that I would highly recommend. Okay, let's just put them over there. The next are my Monarch pencils that are from the Black Widow brand. The Monarchs are these with the longer dipped coloured end there. So I do have them in sort of like a colour order here in my pencil case. But yeah, I love my Black Widow pencils so much. They are just amazing. Again, I would highly recommend them. They work beautifully on a lot of different kinds of paper. Not all, but as you guys know, you know, for those of you who do work with pencils as well, pencils can be very temperamental depending on paper as well. So yeah, but these are just really lovely. They're not as soft as Prismacolors, nowhere near as soft as Prismacolors, but they are still a really nice soft pencil, and they blend really well. I do really like the way that they blend and layer. So yeah, they're really lovely. So that is the second favourite new supply. Okay. My third new supply is something that I do need to continue working with to kind of figure out exactly how they work best. But needless to say, I love these. And these are the Dalton Rowney liquid acrylic ink. And they are beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. The colours are stunning, absolutely stunning. If I just open this one, hopefully you get a better idea. So yeah, they are gorgeous. I bought these with the intention of using them with a glass dip pen, but they're too thick to use with that. And I have been told that calligraphy ink is the best to use with glass dip pens. So I'm going to try that hopefully soon. And also I want to invest in some watercolour ink as well. Or not watercolour ink, sorry. Liquid watercolours. And try the dip pen with that as well. And just see, just experiment. But yeah, these two, the purple and the green, what's their name? So this one is Waterfall Green and this one is Moon Violet. They are the pearlescent liquid acrylic, whereas the gold is just gold acrylic ink. And it is just like magnificent. I mean, it's got bubbles in it, but I don't, can you see that? That is just like, if I do it that way, does that work? No. Oh. It's yeah, just gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. So I do want to try and work with these more and find a way that I can make these work for me and in my colouring books. So that is those. The next two items are kind of a cheat, but they're items that I already had, but I've kind of rediscovered them, if that makes sense. So the first are Sharpie markers. I started using Sharpie markers in Camellia Angel Cover books on mandalas, and also in Deborah Muller books. I don't know if I've used them in Hannah Lynn, but that kind of thing, you know, single-sided books, you know, with, and sort of combining them with other alcohol markers and whatnot. And yeah, I definitely have a new love for them. These have been in my collection for, oh my goodness, a very long time. So there's many Sharpies that I need to replace, but I love them. I absolutely love them, and they are a lot of fun to work with, and they give a really good solid block of colour. And also depending on the colours that you use, some of them are really beautiful and vibrant and punchy, and they just look fantastic on the page. So these are a joy to work with, but just be mindful that they are sort of quite potent. So if I would recommend, if you're using Sharpies, then do so with a window open. And then the fifth thing is, again, something that I already had, but I've always loved them, but I've kind of been using them a lot more. So yeah, I've kind of rediscovered them, and that is my Derwent Inktense pencils. Absolutely love these things. I really do adore them. As you can see, they're quite well loved. I try to sharpen them as little as possible because I want them to last like forever. This one's going to need sharpening, but yeah, I absolutely adore these things. I really do. And they are great to work with, especially when my arthritis is playing up in my hands. So I can just put a layer of these down and then literally activate the pigment with a water brush, and I'm good to go. That, you know, I've got a base of colour down. And then if, you know, again, if my hands aren't up to maybe going in with shading or whatnot, then I can just pick up some pigment from the tip of these and just add that in really gently, so I'm not straining my hands too much. Or I can just, you know, add a bit more colour to the page and do it that way. So these just work an absolute dream for me, and again, these are going to be a definite staple in my collection, that I wouldn't hesitate in replacing if need be. So I absolutely love Derwent Inktense. They're fantastic, absolutely brilliant. Okay, the next is my 5 favourite book purchases of 2020. This was difficult. This was really, really difficult. Yeah, I struggled. I'm not gonna lie, I really struggled because there were quite a few books that I bought that I absolutely adore. I'm not sure if any of these were Happy Mail. I know that one of them was a book that was sent for review. I do need to stick all my gift notes into like the books and things that they came from, so that I know who purchased what. I have a big empty Prismacolor tin with all my gift notes and cards and letters and things in. So all I need to do is get some double-sided tape and do the labels in that way. So I will get around to that. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. I digress. I'm really, really sorry. Okay, 5 favourite book purchases of 2020. So the first, I purchased Romantic Country, the Third Tale by Eerie. Now, quite a few years ago, I did have this in my collection, and then my daughter Tegan spotted the Romantic Country books. She fell in love with them, so I passed them to her, and then later I did regret it, and I was like, oh my gosh, and the Third Tale was out of print. I couldn't get my grubby little paws on it anywhere until the fabulous Nikki from Nikki and Niagara mentioned on her channel that there was a seller on Etsy, and that these had been reprinted, and she had some in stock, and she had ordered herself a copy. So as soon as I heard that, that was it. I was over on Etsy pressing the button to add to basket and check out. So I was so lucky to get my 3rd copy of this. So I now have all 3 of the Romantic Countries, and then I also have the World Heritage, and just like literally last week I received the her new one, the Fairy Tales one, and I have one of the Tracing Around the World ones, but I do hope to get the others because I've just started in that book, sort of trying out a page and seeing what I think. I love it. I absolutely love it. So yeah, I do plan on getting the other Trace Around the World ones as and when I can. So that was the first one. The next one is Worlds Within Worlds by Kerry Rosanes. This was sent to me for review from the publishers. So although I didn't purchase this book, I did receive it in 2020. So I'm hoping that this still counts. This book, oh my goodness. I think, you know, I always said that Mythomorphia was my favourite, and I do still love that book, but I think this one has pipped it to the post. Not to mention his new book, Fragile Worlds. That is just breathtaking. But yeah, Worlds Within Worlds. I absolutely love this book, but I'm so frustrated at myself because I did start a colour along this one, the double page spread in the back of the trainers, and really there's not that much left to do. I think I'm maybe just over halfway through. So yeah, I need to get these finished, but this book, I mean, is certainly one of his best. I just think this is incredible, absolutely stunning. But I have kind of told myself that I'm not going to work in any more pages in here until I finish that double page spread. So I need to get on that. But once that one is done, this is the one I have my eye on. Another double page spread. I know. But they are just incredible. I mean, Cabby's imagination it's just sublime. I love it. Absolutely love it. And I've definitely fallen back in love with his artwork. I just think it's impeccable. Absolutely gorgeous. So there's that one. Right, Link. Excuse me. Okay, the cat isn't going to move. Let me think. Okay, it's going to just have to go on the floor a minute. Okay, so the next one is Midnight Masquerade by Hannah Carlson. I love this book so much, but if I'm being completely honest, the last page I completed in here, I didn't like it. I did not like it at all. I was so proud of myself for the first page. Didn't like the second one that I done. Where is it? That one. I'm just no. I don't. I'm not feeling it. It got to the point where I'm like, I don't even want to shade it. I was so disappointed with it. But it is what it is. It's. I'm calling it done. So you know, there's plenty other beautiful pages in this book. This is was this the Swedish or the Dutch edition? I can't remember, but this is the one where it was printed sort of, some were double-sided, some were single-sided. There was a duplicate image and whatnot, but I honestly, it doesn't bother me. It does not bother me in the slightest, because it means that the pages that are single-sided, like this one, I can use alcohol markers on and it's not affecting anything on the background. And I'm such a huge fan of Hannah's work. It is right up my alley, and her artwork is something that I just never get tired of colouring. So this was another favourite colouring book purchase of 2020. The fourth is Mystic Art Mirrors. I do a few of her physical copy books, but I do also have some PDFs as well. And one of them, I think it's this, is it this one at the back? Yeah, Fairytopia. This was purchased last year. I do have the physical copy of this book now as well. But yeah, I absolutely love it. And if you've been with me any stretch, you know how much I adore her work. And to be honest, I'm glad I do have the PDF, because I have coloured 2 pages in my physical book, and one of them was this one, the first page, and I don't like how mine turned out in the book at all, so I'm going to colour this one as my do-over and stick it in the book, and then just reprint this one to go in the PDF. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous, really truly beautiful. Yeah, I never ever get tired of her work. Again, I must be one of her like biggest fans. I love her work so much. And it makes me happy just looking through her books and PDFs and stuff. And it just, yeah, it really does make me happy, and it makes me smile. So that is another favourite. Where's the other one? Oh, here we go. Oh my goodness. Another favourite is, again, this one. Soulmates by Hannah Carlson. Again, love her work, love her style, and will happily colour in this. If I could just have one collection of books, I think it would be Hannah's. I love them. I really, really do love her books, and they're always an absolute pleasure to colour. Just beautiful, beautiful artwork. So yeah, that was that one. That one needs to go back on that pile. I'm getting confused with different piles of books and things now. Okay. So, what is one most precious colouring book or supply you've purchased that you've never used because it's too special? Okay, I hope I can use this. So, I have this one, which is Forest Girl 2, the second one, premium edition by Apoll. Now, I have started a page in here, but I got so scared and intimidated that I kind of ran away from it. I've come back to it a few times, and then I'm like, I'm not doing it justice. So I keep putting the book away, because I just feel like I'm not showing Apoll's artwork in its best light. Now I know, I always say, with colouring, just add colour to a page and have fun. Don't stress about it. And I really do need to take my own advice when it comes to this page. But for some reason, I think what started it for me was that I tried using Inktense for her skin tone, and it just looks really jaundice. My favourite part so far is her hair. I love her hair. But yeah, I've tried using Derwent Inktense, coloured pencils, alcohol marker, because it's single-sided. But yeah, this is a book that it's so beautiful. Oh, there you go. I've started one there as well. Oh, I didn't realise that. But yeah, there you go. I've started, you know, and then I'm like, it's so beautiful, and I just feel like I'm not. I really, when I purchased this, I was like, right, this is going to be such a special and precious book, and I really want to do my best work in here, and I just feel like I haven't. But I just need to take my own advice. I don't know. I think I just got into my own head too much. I need to try and shake it. But yeah, this is the book in my collection. This and Serene by Nicholas Filbert. Hi, Merlin. That I just yeah, I've kind of just got into my own. I've got into my own head about it, and I need to just stop and take a deep breath and just enjoy, because that's what our books are for, isn't it? Okay, excuse me, hello. Oh my goodness. Right, Merlin. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the next thing is name 5 new YouTube channels you are most glad to have discovered and why. Okay, I've written down 10 because there are some that I think I found just before 2020 as well, possibly 2019, so that is why they're not in the first, you know, like the top 5 that I found in 2020. It's only because I just feel like there's channels that I've possibly been subscribed to slightly longer than, you know, like a year, if that makes sense. We've got all the cats climbing up on the desk tonight. You are very nosy. Okay, so the first is Pebbles Adult Colouring, the beautiful Penny. Oh my gosh, I love her and her channel so much. Just Penny's, her voice and the way she you know, talks about things, the way she's so passionate about supplies and colouring, but yet she's fearless, absolutely fearless when it comes to colouring pages, just trying something new, and it's like, well, let's just have a go and see what happens. I love that, and I find her so inspiring with that really carefree kind of attitude towards her colouring. It's very, very inspiring, and I'm so thankful that I found her channel. The next one is Jamie's Colouring Love. I adore Jamie, bless her heart. Just, she's an overall amazing person, a pleasure to listen to, a pleasure to watch, and you can just tell. Do you know, you get like some people, you can just tell that they are such a naturally warm and endearing person, and that you know that if it wasn't for the barrier of the internet, that you would be friends in real life if you ever had the chance to meet. I really get that vibe from Jamie, and I just find her voice really relaxing to listen to, and it's always a pleasure just sort of going back and binge watching her videos. I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, so the third channel is Colouring with Pat and Wilson. I think Pat and I first started chatting, I think it might have been in the comments of some of my videos, and then Pat emailed me, and over time we've not just become like, you know, we're not, she's not just a subscriber and think, you know, I don't mean just a subscriber, that came out so wrong, I'm so sorry. What I mean is that she's not just a friend here on the channel. You know, Pat and I do email occasionally as well, and again, I know that with Pat, she's not just an internet friend. And even though we haven't met, she feels like a really good and very close friend to me. And we do chat occasionally, and when we do, it is lovely, and I honestly think the world of her. And Pat is one of those people that I will be forever grateful to the colouring community for bringing into my life. I don't know how else to put it. It sounds really soppy. I feel like that with you all, but do you know, there's just some people that you click with, and you know that even regardless of the barrier of the internet, you know that you'll be really good, close, firm friends for life. Pat is one of those to me, and she's very special and very, very dear to me. And I love watching her videos, especially her completed pages. She does such beautiful work, and I love seeing the pages where Pat has sort of coloured a more detailed page, because I find that really inspiring, because I do get easily intimidated. And again, it's just something I need to learn to take my own advice with. But seeing other people's work, again, is so inspiring to me. So, yeah. Another person who I'm really grateful for finding in 2020 is Lucy Just Adds Colour. Oh my goodness. Lucy works magic with her pastels. And again, she doesn't seem afraid to just give things a go. And I find that really, really inspiring, really creative, and an overall pleasure to watch. And quite often with Lucy's videos, I've been like, yeah, I want to try that. I really want to try that. And she makes me feel less afraid to give things a go. And very recently, Lucy coloured from Kirby's new book, Fragile World, and she coloured the mandrill. Oh my goodness, that page. So I do plan on going back and re-watching Lucy's videos for that, and joining in to colour that mandrill, because he turned out absolutely phenomenal. So if I can do even just like a fraction as well as what Lucy did on her page, I will be thrilled. And she's just so fun to listen to and really down to earth, and you feel like you're sat across from a friend. And again, I really like that, as someone who suffers with anxiety and depression, and I get ridiculously anxious leaving the house. So to know that I can just put one of Lucy's videos on and just feel relaxed, and like I'm sat across the table with a friend with a cup of coffee, and yeah, that just, it helps me more than I can ever put into words. And the last one is colouring with Kay. She is such a wonderful person, an amazing colourist. And again, when I watch her like completed pages videos, or watch her working on a page, the fact of like how much mixed media she uses and the effects she gets from it, from someone, who I do love using mixed media, but watching Colouring with Kay has definitely enabled me to kind of just push myself that bit more and be like, I really want to give that a go. That looks fantastic, and I want to do that on my pages. Because if I don't try, I'm not going to know. And just sort of getting that inspiration and the the courage to feel like I really want to do that and try those different things on my pages. It means so much, and I'm always in awe of how her pages turn out. I just look at them and I'm like, wow, that is incredible. And it's mixed media, which I love. So she is definitely a gal after my own heart, and again, an absolute pleasure to watch. Okay, I do have 5 other channels that I would just like to mention super quickly. Four channels. I do apologise. 4 channels that I would just like to mention really quickly, because I do believe that I have been following them a bit longer than 2020. But again, the ladies behind them and their channels are just, they're fantastic, and I'm always excited when I see a new video pop up from them. So the first is Lisa's Colouring Corner. The next is Colouring Kid. Then we have Thunder Junkie and Colour Me Stress Free. So Lisa's Colouring Corner, Colouring Kid, which is the lovely Imogen, Thunder Junkie, which is Aubrey, she is awesome, and then the beautiful Debbie from Colour Me Stress Free. So like I said, I do think I've been following those channels a bit longer than 2020, so they're not in my top 5, but they're channels that I adore. Okay, 3 new artists that I have discovered in 2020. Okay, the first one, I had heard of him before 2020, but it was only last year that I actually purchased some of his books, and have actually coloured some of his artwork. So the first person is Alan Robert. You guys know, before I got with Aaron, I was an absolute wimp. But he has opened my eyes to so many movies and different genres of movies and programmes that I never thought I would watch, but I actually really enjoy. So Alan Robert is the first one, and out of his books I have this one, The Beauty of Horror 4 and The Beauty of Horror 3. At the moment, I'm good with these 2. I don't feel the need to get the others just yet, but maybe once I've coloured in these more, you know, I'll think about expanding my collection. We'll see. But Alan Robert is the first one. The second one is Josh Lee. Now, I only found this artist's work through the Colouring Heaven Fantasy Princesses special, which is issue number 61. This is via Anthem Publishing, and oh my gosh, the artwork is stunning and the kind of thing that I would love to colour. This is everything. So I do want to have a look and see if Josh Lee has any books or a store on Etsy or anything like that. Look at her. I did colour one from here, this one. Yeah, absolutely love their artwork. It's gorgeous, and like I said, exactly the sort of thing that I know that I would get a lot of enjoyment from colouring. And finally, the last one is Anastasia Elly Calderover. I came across her artwork in the Colouring Heaven Collection Annual 2019. And this is her artwork here in the back. Some of these, not that one, some of these beautiful dragons. But I have seen on other channels other books that are illustrated by her. Now, because we have now left the EU, I am finding it ridiculously difficult to get her books on Etsy shipped to me without extortionate shipping rates, where it would actually cost more than the book itself. So I'm gonna have to hang a fire and just hope that I can one day own one of her books. But yeah, absolutely adore her artwork, and I am, I'm gonna just live sort of living vicariously through watching other people. Whoops. That was Merlin slipping and sliding around everywhere here, trying to climb over everything and not doing a very good job. Yeah, so I will live vicariously through other people on YouTube and just watch them colour her glorious artwork and just sit and admire. So that's that one, and then the last one is show your 6 favourite colouring pages of 2020. It was tricky. I'm hoping a double page spread would count as one. I'm kind of hoping. I hope that's not cheating. If it is, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So the first is from Soulmates by Hannah Carlson, and oh, Merlin. No. Oh my goodness. Please ignore that. She's I don't know, she's turned the computer on. Fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. So it was this double page spread, and for those of you who know me, I have a huge fear of spiders. I suffer with arachnophobia really badly. But I coloured this and I was so proud of myself and really proud of the outcome and sort of the effect I got unintentionally on her face with sort of like the lines with the pencil and stuff. So yeah, I just love how these pages came out. So that's those. I'm going to have to try and hurry because my battery is ridiculously low. The other one, thank you Merlin, was this double page spread. I think this was coloured in 2020. I don't think it was 2019. I don't think it was. I hope it wasn't. This was the first double page spread I coloured in the book, and it's an owl, and I love it. And I'm so proud of how my crystals turned out. I think out of the two, the owl page is my favourite. But yeah, really like how that turned out. So there is those. Then I have the Fairytale Princess colouring book by Mystic Art Mirrors, aka Kristin Glorious Ink. And I think my favourite page in here so far is Merida. I just love the way she turned out. I really like the olive green kind of colours that I've used on her. The different colours for her hair, and that was without any pencil shading. That was all just markers and things. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how she turned out. So again, she's definitely one of my favourites. So again, we have another double page spread. Now, this was a whip for the longest time. I felt like I had screwed up the sky, so I had pretty much abandoned the page, and then I was like, I worked so hard on this and spent hours on it. I don't want to give up. So, in Drama Manga by Tomislav Tomic, I completed this double page spread, and it was completed last year, I believe, the end of last year. I don't think it was this year. So yeah, I ended up just blacking out the background with a black Posca. And then just finishing colouring the last few little gnomes, little elves or pixies, whatever they are. So yeah, just finished colouring them. Got that all done. So yeah, super proud of that one. And the next one is World of Flowers by Johanna Basford. And this one. Super proud of how this page turned out. I used a limited colour palette. Again, I used a black Posca for the background. And the colouring was done with Crayola Super Tips, Prismacolors, glitter gel pen, and I think some fine liner and some metallic Posca and white jelly roll. So there is a bit of sparkle on there, if you can see. So yeah,